Hi Rob Sauls. We would like to welcome you to our Third Baptist Church staff retreat here in the mountains of Gatlinburg. Before we begin this interview, why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself? Well, Pastor Mike, I don't have many friends or hobbies. But my favorite movies include Steel Magnolias and The Sound of Music. Interesting. Thank you for sharing that. What do you say we go ahead and begin this interview? Rob, what have you been doing the last few years? Well, Mike, I have been making hot and fresh donuts at the local grocery store. And even though I have the personality of a stapler, I still feel as though the Lord is calling me back into children's ministry. So Rob, tell us what your vision is for training up workers in our children's ministry. Well, back when I was serving at Highland Roads Baptist Church, my pastor decided that the Lord was calling him to South Carolina. This made me recall a time when he and I had gone to lunch, and he did not leave the waitress a tip because she worked on the Sabbath. Are you kidding me? What just happened? Okay, let's try this again. What do you feel are the strengths that you would bring to our staff? Well, one day, while on vacation with my wife, we came across a puppy on the side of the road. My wife wanted to bring it home, but I reminded her that I was allergic to dogs. She said, "I know that." I'm still not quite sure why she said that, but needless to say, that same puppy is now 3 years old and sleeps in the middle of our bed, right between the two of us. Wow, I do not even know what to say at this point. I'm actually afraid to ask you any more questions. However, against my better judgment, I will ask you one more question. Rob, do you love children? Wow, that is a great question. No one has ever asked me that question before. Well, one time, I was shopping at Walmart, and I saw a little girl that went to our church. She ran up and gave me a big hug. Her mother just stood over to the side and stared at me as if I was a pedophile. Rob, I'm not sure why you couldn't answer any of my questions directly, but you are no longer invited to ride go-karts with us. Although I would love to see Dave smash you into the railing. You are also not invited to the apple barn with us, so that Dwayne is spared from going crazy trying to act like he is enjoying his conversation with you. I'm not exactly sure how or why your resume looks so impressive, but Marty and I regret that we ever came across it. Did you know that Mark Moore is now too afraid to go back out on the balcony because of the creepy incident with you this morning? For goodness sakes, Jorge thought you were a loser, and he loves everyone. Do you even realize how low the bar was set for you because of the conduct of our former children's minister? He may have sported a fierce tattoo, hooked up with unsuspecting women on church trips, and stayed the night with single mothers to observe their parental abilities, but at least young Zach could answer simple questions when they were asked to him. The only consolation that we can take from this interview is that you will become the laughing stock of our entire staff for years to come. Please leave this cabin immediately so that Marty, Dwayne, Mark, Steve, Larry, Jorge, Dave, and I can attempt to salvage what is left of this staff retreat. Marty, please go back through the resumes and let's please call in Karen Jones for an interview.